ritual in a modern world. An odd conflict. Not in some far-off country, in Britain, today. Traditional customs that are not revivals or tourist attractions, but living rituals which have grown continuously out of our past. Traditions which have survived all change. In a way, these traditions make up our collective personality, and within them we might discover some of the enduring feelings and preoccupations which will shape our future. Together, they are a unique part of our heritage. This is Allendale Town, Northumberland, New Year's Eve. The Tar Barrel Parade and first footing. In fact, it's only after midnight that the origin or root of this tradition begins. First footing. The geysers bring good luck for the new year into each household they visit, and it goes on throughout the night.
Open the door!
It does actually keep the community together.
Actually, it's got bigger. See, these chaps will probably not be in this house again this time next year. But they'll be back next year, definitely. Keep the continuity there.
They kept it going, you see. It's never gone down. It gives the village a heart.
In the dead of winter, the function of many customs is to create optimism and hope by bringing good luck for the future. Pen Coed, Glamorgan in South Wales, the Mari Llwyd. The early church tried hard to stamp out the heathen practice of people assuming animal disguise, but horse images persist in British tradition.
You usually introduce yourself with a couple of set verses, and then the main thing is if you can insult them with the other side, and you know, tell them the old Mary was stinking. You know, that was the theme of it. You let them a little bit, and they can't think to reply. You know, you've got to make a verse up within just the one line, and it has to relate to the verse that was already sung to you. You know. Prevent them from concentrating on making up an next rhyme, you know? Well, then it's a battle of wits from there on. and the first that fail have to go away.
Goodbye, boys, Rukilo, I'll torre the dumpling and the flan.
But it's never usual to let them go away, you know. You're trying to gain admission to the hostelry. No money concerned, it's just if the Mali got in a farmhouse or any other house, it's wine and splendour they were having.
Oh, det är så.
A man wearing a gruesome horse's skull, promoting people to outwit each other with insults, may seem an unlikely way to encourage conviviality and good luck. But it seems to work like magic. The Orchard of the Butcher's Arms, Crampton in Somerset, on Old Twelfth Night.
Thank you.
You've done a good job there, Les. Here, get on. Let's have a slurp, shall us? Aye?
Toast, guns, cider and a song are the elements needed to wassail the apple tree.
Just getting hot, isn't it?
Just getting hot, eh? All right, Les. Right, you okay? Yeah, mate. What's that? The door will soon be waiting. Very hard. All right?
Wassailing is derived from the Anglo-Saxon word, wes hal, meaning to be whole or of good health.
Once a year, on Old Twelfth Night, always on the same night, we wassail the apple tree and hope for a good crop of apples next year so that we can have more cider, so that we can get merry and then wassail the apple tree again next year.
We'll call on Jim, and he will no doubt give a fine rendering of the wassail song.
I'll try my best. Old apple tree, we wassail thee and hope that thou wilt bear. For the Lord doth know where we will be till apples another year. To bloom well and to bear well, so merry let us be. Let every man take off his hat and shout out to the old apple tree. Old apple tree, we wassail thee, and hope that thou wilt bear apples, capfuls, 3 bushels bagfuls, and a little heap under the snare. 3 cheers for the old apple tree. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip.
The song is the inducement. The toast, dipped in cider, is for the robins, and the gunfire is to drive away evil spirits.
Well, it's a feeling that our fathers and grandfathers and great-grandfathers did this. They started this off, and it's up to us to maintain it. This is something you're actually taking part in, not just watching. We are maintaining something, keeping this tradition going, clinging to the past, if you like, but also we're looking to the future, because it's continuity, security. In a never-changing world, it's nice to have a little oasis of peace and quiet and continuity with the past.
Haxie in Humberside, midwinter. The ancient game of Haxie Hood. Physical energy, confined during winter months, is released in ritual conflict.
The sun went down behind yon hill across.
The chief boggin and his 11 men, one of whom is elected to be the fool, and the Lord of the Hood with his wand of office, are the focus of this elaborate tradition.
Is there anyone here that can tell me where I can find employ for to plough?
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the group approach this stone outside the church. On cue, the fool escapes from his boggins, who chase, capture him, and bring him to the stone.
Remember, this is a sway hunt. It must be swayed, not rolled.
The fool is presented with the hood and begins a speech, during which he's ritually smoked. This could be a remnant of early sacrifice, but no one knows for sure. This tradition has absorbed many elements, including a folk history of its origin in the 13th century.
You can think what you like about the story. Could be superstition or anything. It is supposed to be Lady Mowbray lost a cap. The workmen squabbled over it. The biggest and strongest man got it, but was too afraid to give it back to Lady Mowbray, so she called him a fool. The man who gave it back to Lady Mowbray was called the Lord. That's where we get our titles from. And from that day on to this, we've played a game every January the 6th to commemorate Axie Hood.
Lady Mowbray's hood has evolved into a leather tube, which is thrown up to start the game.
Lord, this is a swile! Right? No. It's all to get on! All against town! It's the Mason man! Knock him down! Or don't knock him!
The hood is contained by the boggins in the center of this heaving mass called the sway. The object of the game is to push the hood into one of the local pubs, 2 miles apart, a ritualized confrontation between the villages of Haxey and West Woodside.
This can go on for 2 hours or more, but I think the way it's going, it'll be a quick one tonight. It'll be down in Axie, because Westwood haven't got the initiative and got it over that brow. If they'd got it over at brow, it could have been Westwood or Park Drain, but I think it's coming Axie way.
After a while, the sway becomes like a creature, a powerful thing with a will of its own. Its progress respects neither person nor property. Normal rules and restrictions don't exist.
Let it go! The rule is the landlord must have his feet inside the public house and reach out and touch that hood, and once he's touched it, it's dead and it goes in.
Around this room, stark naked as ever she was born. He'll make.
There seems to be a lot more interest amongst the younger people actually now to keep up this game, because we're proud of it. We think it's a unique occasion, and so we want to keep it going.
It's taxi, it's part of us.
And I think we need it. We need it, yeah. Because I think it's a tradition that we've got to protect, because there aren't that many of them about.
Even when I was at school, the masters didn't want it to go on.
There can be no better way to ensure the continuance of a tradition than to try and stop it. In fact, that seems to give it strength. Hallerton in Leicestershire, Easter. The hare pie scramble and bottle kicking.
Who wants a piece of hare pie?
Yes.
I'll have a bit behind you.
Anybody wants to use
The distribution of the hare pie by the vicar is evidently a much less greasy scramble than it used to be. These days, people save their energy for bottle kicking.
Who's gonna win?
There's been a great deal of opposition to this event over the centuries. Records show that in 1770, the local parson thought the tradition so heathen and violent that he tried to stop it. But he woke up in the morning to find daubed all over the walls of his rectory, no pie, no parson, and a job for the glazier.
Jesus Christ, he's coming out of retirement to come back. Just gives me a room, man. Right. Follow one. Get out with your camera a bit quick, while it goes down the third time. Here we go!
Bottle kicking is a kind of mass football. The bottle is actually a keg filled with beer. To score, it must be moved by the mass or breakaway runners along any route, by any means, to one of the goals in the two opposing villages of Hallerton and Medbourne. Here, anyone can join in. There are no rules at all, no referees, no time limit, and no limit to either action or field of play.
What's it like in there? Very rough, very. Believe me, it's very rough. It's a good tradition. I mean, everybody gets together for a good old laugh. I mean, it's fun, yeah, but it's rough. As long as we're not the ones that go hospital, we're all right.
stay away from this event. The people have to look out for themselves. There are unwritten codes of conduct, but people can go berserk and do get badly hurt.
As quick as it's supposed to be. Go on, Colin.
Winning does not seem to be the point. Remarkably, this tradition seems to be about self-control. Mutual trust binds people together.
I don't know, what is the point? Is there a point to this? No. Can you find any better way to spend Easter Monday?
Bake Up in Lancashire, Easter. The Britannia coconut dancers.
Simpson. Lock the door.
No matter what the weather is like, it's spring, and the Britannia coconut dancers come out with stoic good humour to perform their arduous 7-mile, day-long dance. An elaborate dance tradition in the middle of an industrial Pennine landscape. Known locally as the Nutters, they use the nuts or bobbin tops on their hands, knees and waists to create a syncopated rhythm in time with the band.
The blackfaces are said to come from the Moorish pirates who brought it to this country. But another theory is that it's simply a more convenient way of disguising the dancers from the evil spirits. You can work on one theory that it came up with the Cornish miners looking for work, but you can also work on the theory that the miners and quarrymen of this area originated the dances simply for amusement, for their own purposes. Nobody really can say for certain where the origins came from. The dancing is the pure enjoyment of the thing.
Minehead, Somerset. Dawn on the 1st of May. The horse reappears at Minehead, a frisky creature who comes out to welcome the summer.
This is the sailor's hobby horse, which is going to Whitecross now. This is the thing that we do every year at May Day, and we're very proud to keep our tradition going.
The horse makes an early morning pilgrimage through the old town to Whitecross. Whether this is to commemorate the killing of a warrior or to welcome the dawn is a matter of debate.
You never get a new hobby horse that would really lose its tradition. There might be one piece in that frame which could be hundreds of years old. Some people like it, some people don't like it. The people who really like it, they love it, you know. Whether there's any actual truth in it, I don't know. It's like religion, you know. You either believe or you don't, you know.
Ritual is usually associated with religion, but ritual itself is only a way of communicating otherwise unexplainable feelings. In Minehead, this hobby horse seems to have become a symbol of quiet rebellion, a gesture of defiance against conformity and monotony. Padstow in Cornwall. 80 miles away, on the same day, a very different horse and an event which consumes the whole town. May Days used to be days of license and revelry, which shocked the Victorians into inventing a cloak of innocent May Queens and maypole dancing, an acceptable vision of merry England. For some reason, Padstow survived this emasculation.
People travel miles to come home to May Day. To come back for May Day, it means more to them, I think, than Christmas, Easter, or what have you, you know.
In the 1800s, a local gentleman offered a roast bullock as a bribe if the people would abandon this heathen ritual. But all attempts to stop this day have only served to strengthen it.
Several villages have their own May Days, but we are unique in that we have the Obios. It dances. It dances again, which is a unique dance, which is only by Padstow people.
At times, the optimistic May song breaks into a dirge, and the os symbolically dies. to be coaxed back to life by the teaser. He is at once frightening and reassuring. Traditions seem to survive when they have a real function. Padstow is an embattled community. Loss of industry and an invasion of summer home buyers threatens their stability. The obios has become the assertive spirit of communal power. Powerful and unpredictable. With him, Padstow celebrates itself.
It's the one day of the year that I look forward to, above all other, including Christmas, anything else. This is the only day that I can really, I don't know how to describe it. The feeling is excitement, tension. I'm a grown man, but I feel like a child. Excitement.
I don't think anyone can describe it, really. It's a feeling of, you might say power, but at the same time, mystical.
They are in the meadows, the flowers gathering.
The arse is Padstow. It still means the same as what it did 1,000 years ago. And this is our day. It means the world to us. If it don't go on, we'll suffer for it.
Whitby in North Yorkshire, Ascension Eve, planting the penny hedge. The intensity of Padstow's May Day is a sharp contrast to the tiny, unacclaimed penny hedge. This custom is unusual because it has a definite origin. These men are performing a public and humiliating penance. It was imposed on their distant ancestors by a hermit, whom they mortally wounded while out hunting a boar in the year 1159.
1159. October 16. Oh.
The hermit, on his deathbed, pronounced the following penance. Upon Ascension Eve, at 9 of the clock, each of you shall stake your stakes at the brim of the water. So yedder them as with yedders, and tether them as with tethers, and stake on each side with your stout stowers, that they withstand 3 tides without removing by the force of water. And you shall do this service in remembrance that you did most cruelly slay me. The officer of Eskdale side shall blow his horn. Out on ye, for this heinous crime. And if you and your successors do refuse this service, you and yours shall forfeit all your lands to the abbot or his successors. The titles and estates have long since disappeared. but the custom has continued for more than 800 years.
Out on ye! Out on ye! Out on ye!
Together, these traditions form a kind of language. A language for expressing yearnings, dreams, and even extreme emotions. Feelings which, in the ordered modern world, we've grown to fear and learned to distrust. In these rituals, ordinary people manage to create optimism and hope for the future out of a secure connection to the past. Perhaps those who participate in these customs know something that most of us have forgotten.